one and is the promise of transforming Kenya into a first world nation, a promise rooted in industrial growth, digital advancement, job creation, and economic revival. On the other hand, is the fear that political division, if unchecked, could undermine the progress and deepen existing socio-economic fractures. The 2025 by-elections, though limited in scale, carry weight far beyond the contested seats. They serve as a national pulse check in the early referendum of public confidence, the strength of political coalitions, and the mood of the electorate 2 years ahead of the pivotal 2027 polls. Every campaign speech, every local alliance, and every voter turnout pattern is a signal revealing what Kenyans expect, what they reject, and what they are ready to fight for. Tonight on JKS Thursdays, we break down that these by-elections truly mean they reshaping political arithmetic. They are preview of 2027 alliances, and most importantly, what do they tell us about Kenya's pursuit of development, stability, and the long-promised transition into a modern, globally competitive economy? Let's dive in. This is JK's Thursdays, your space for clarity, context, and conversation. Today being the 27th day of November 2025, we know what is happening all across this country, that we are looking at the by-elections that are taking place along and in different places of the region, and we're looking at what is happening, what is bringing in. And before we get into deeper details of what all this brings in, or even what we've carried for you, on JKS Thursdays, we just bring in and as a reason as to why these by-elections are taking place and where are they taking place from different regions. And we're starting from senatorial seat from Baringo County, where this happened because of the death of Senator William Kipkorir Cheptumo, who passed away on 16th of February 2025. And we have the National Assembly, where this is Banisa constituency, this is Mandera County, and this was the result of death of MP Kulo Malim Hassan, and he died in a hit-and-run accident on 28th March 2023. We also got another National Assembly position, and this is Kaspul constituency, Omabay County. Assassination of MP Charles Ongondowere, shot dead on 30th April 2025. Also got another National Assembly position in the Rim constituency, Kilifi County, and court nullification of previous MP's election, Harrison Kombe, due to irregularities and file staffing, result tempering. And we have also National Assembly position again, Malava constituency, and this is Kakamega County, death of MP Malulu Ijendi. He died on 8th 15th February 2025, we also got another National Assembly position. This is Berry constituency. This is Embu County. Seat vacated up after MP Geoffrey Ruku was appointed to cabinet. And this is Public Service, 17th April of 2025. We also got another National Assembly Ugunja constituency. And this is Siaya County. Vacancy due to former MP Opiyo Wandayi being appointed cabinet secretary. And this is August 2024. We have also a county assembly, and this is Angata Nanyoke, and this is Samburu County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And we have the 9th one. This is county assembly, and this is Chemundu Ward, Kapngetuni Chemundu. And this is Nandi County, and vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And we have also another county assembly. This is Chewani, Tana River County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And we have another county assembly, and this is Fafi, Garissa County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. We also have county assembly again. This is Kariobangi North, Nairobi City County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. We have county assembly again. This is Kisa East, and this is Kakamega County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. County assembly position again. This is Kimaiyu. This is Elgeyo Marakwet County, and this is vacancy declared by the county assembly. Seat sent for by-election. And we also have the county assembly again. This is Mamboni North, and this is Machakos County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. So I've got another county assembly position, Narok Town, and the vacancy was declared by the county assembly speaker. So I've got the 17th one. This is a county assembly, Pulko, and this is Kajiado County. Vacancy was declared by the county assembly speaker. And also I've got Tembelio. This is Uasin Gishu County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And then another one, this is Nasiongo, Nyamira County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And we also have got Nyamaia, Nyamira County. Vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And we also have got Ekerenyo, and this is Nyamira County, also vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And Lake Zone, this is Turkana County, vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. Also I've got Nanam, this is Turkana County again, vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And also I've got Kabuchai, this is Chwele, Bugoma County, vacancy declared by the county assembly speaker. And today, the day that we are doing the by-elections, and what we are noticing today is what I'm just trying to open or even to highlight to you. And today, low turnout, tension behind Kenya's 2025 elections. Kenya's 27th November by-elections saw low voter turnout, isolated violence, and growing credibility concerns in Western Kenya. Nyamira and Chwele Kabuchai reported chaos, including blocked roads, damaged vehicles, and one serious injury. Security forces dispersed crowds and moved at Tarling Center as leaders Eugene Wamalwa and Seth Ponyako alleged intimidation and bribery. In the Rift Valley, Baringo recorded low turnout. Narok voted under heavy police presence after recent clashes, while Kajiado Central's Pulko ward remained peaceful. In Turkana, voting in Anam and Lake Zone wards proceeded steadily after the IBC airlifted materials to remote centers at the coast. Magarin posted a relatively high turnout as the residents returned to the polls 2 years after the 2022 election was nullified. And in Eastern Kenya, former AG Justin Muturi praised the orderly process in Berry North, and in Nyanza, Ugunja's by-election ran smoothly under tight security through voter, although turnout was modest across 116 polling stations. Observers warned that low participation and scattered violence might, and this did undermine public confidence, urging transparency and restraint as tallying continued. In his dance in Kasipul constituency, Homa Bay County, this morning at around 6:15 a.m., polling started at main centers, and this is Agoro Sare and others under heavy police presence. Around 10:21 a.m., a group of goons attacked Peter Kaluma, ODM chief agent at Agoro Sare polling center. He sustained a head injury, and his bodyguard's firearm was reportedly stolen during the melee. Shortly thereafter, police reportedly fired into the air to disperse rowdy youths after clashes at some polling centers, e.g. Kosele Primary School and in Malaba constituency, this is Kakamega County. Early morning, a four-wheel drive vehicle, a Toyota Prado, in a candidate's convoy was set on fire by unknown attackers in Manyonje, this is Butali Ward. Also early at a hotel where a candidate's team was meeting, there was a clash and at least 2 people, including the candidate's driver, were reportedly injured. Sometime mid-morning, supporters of Seth Panyako, this is DAPK candidate, claimed he was arrested. His party alleged coordinated harassment and intimidation of their agents and supporters during the night and early morning. And in Magarini County, this is Kilifi, 10:20 a.m. Ken Chonga, Kilifi South MP, acting as super agent, was chased away by residents from the Kanangoni polling station. The calls accused him of unauthorized presence and possible voter bribery for intimidation. Reports around midday, locals and other polling agents accused some external leaders of trying to intimidate voters or influence the vote, raising tension in several polling centers. And this is the Siongo Ward, Nyamira County. Around 11 a.m., youths blocked the main Kisiki-Richo highway at Metamaya, searching vehicles and obstructing access to polling station. And this is example with Menyeya, Kesebe. Police fired warning shots into the air to disperse 2 rival groups after confrontations. A vehicle in an MP's entourage was also damaged, and other general reports several areas, including but not limited to the above, experienced widespread tension, intimidation, or gun-style disruption, provoking condemnation from civic leaders and opposition politicians, who described the day as one of the bloodiest election days in some constituencies. Security presence was increased, but critics say deployment was inadequate or ineffective given the scale of the disruptions. Reported incidents at Mungala polling station in Mambuni North, a man identified as former MCA Paul Museku was confronted by residents who accused him of trying to bribe voters. He was roughly surrounded by a mob and later escorted to safety by police at Kasinga Primary School polling station. Former Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua, who accompanied a candidate, was chased out by angry voters. Residents demanded he leave, chanting and forcing him to retreat to his vehicle. There were earlier campaign period incidents on 23rd November before polling day involving alleged intimidation. A campaign vehicle for Mwengi Mutuse was reportedly vandalized near Mungala AAC with public address equipment stolen. Those behind were allegedly operatives from another party, pointing to pre-poll tensions in Mambuni North and context and the background from Mambuni North. By-elections in Mambuni North would add around 13,778 registered voters and 25 polling stations. Voting was scheduled to run from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. according to election management authorities. Prior to the poll, there were no formal complaints or malpractice of bribery submitted, but the above incidents show that on the ground tensions existed. And switching gears to Mbeere North. In Mbeere North, as voting and vote counting progressed Thursday, rival groups clashed at Siakango town near the Tali Center. The groups, some carrying rungus against running battles, including stone throwing. Police intervened with tear gas and reportedly fired live ammunition into the air to disperse them. Journalists present said some of their phones were snatched during the chaos. And earlier in the day, at a polling station at Siakago Social Hall, a polling agent dressed in the colors of United Democratic Alliance, UDA, was ejected, accused of violating electoral rules by wearing party colors inside the station. In another incident at the polling station in Kanyambora, voting was disrupted after residents blocked Geoffrey Ruku, a cabinet secretary, from entering locals accused of him of interference and vowed to guard their votes, refusing entry to any suspicious persons. Also reported before voting began, some polling agents on their way to polling centers were allegedly attacked, a claim raised by a political leader on social media. In short, Beira North saw violence, disorder, intimidation, and at least one reported attempt at disrupting the voting process, raising serious concerns over electoral integrity in that constituency. Narok Town happenings and what happened in Narok this day. In Narok Town, just before the by-elections, armed police officers and alleged state-backed militia reportedly stormed the home of Douglas Masikonde, where he and his election agents were holding final pre-poll preparations, and the attackers are accused of first vandalizing a local entertainment venue, and this is the Maestro Club, smashing car windows and destroying CCTV cameras. And before proceeding to Masikonde's residence, during the raid, one of Masikonde's agents, who was allegedly seriously injured, also reportedly their appointment verification letters appointing them as agents were also confiscated. And the leader of Masikonde's party, Rigathi Gachagua, described the incident as a violent and coordinated attack, framing it as part of a larger alleged plan to intimidate DCP agents and create conditions favorable for vote rigging via pre-marked ballots. Despite the attack, Masikonde urged his supporters not to be cowed, promising to record everything and proceed with their campaign. Thus, what happened to Masikonde was a serious alleged assault and intimidation on the eve of voting, raising strong doubts about fairness and safety of the electoral process in Narok. And what we're looking at these stories and what we can see that has been taking place all around is that we're looking at vote bribing, we are looking at vote intimidation, and we are looking at vote rigging. And again, we're looking at the issue of vote people, all these leaders trying to buy votes from other people. And what happened is that IBC came in as the body that takes care of voting and elections here in Kenya, and IBC publicly condemned all this and saying that the IBC publicly condemned acts of violence, intimidation, and disruption in the by-elections, including those reported in Beira North and elsewhere. And what we seen, we need everyone in this country, from the lowest class to the highest. And now, because of this, IBC had to obstruct or even to give a point of direction, and again to cancel and to refute all these claims that again try to give direction as far as the violence that took place is concerned. And now the ABC publicly condemned acts of violence, intimidation, and disruptions in the by-elections, including those reported in Beira North and elsewhere, as unacceptable. The commission stressed that no individual or group has right to compromise peace, safety, or the integrity of the electoral process. On allegations of ballot stuffing and pre-marked ballots often linked to voter bribery and rigging, IEBC dismissed these claims as misleading and inaccurate. And according to the commissioner, their ballot management procedures, including the presence of agents, observers, and media, make such malpractice virtually impossible. IBC chairperson Erastus Ethacon said the commission is working closely with security agencies to identify and hold responsible those behind any election day violence or disruptions. The commission also reminded the public to rely on verified information for spreading unverified threat, unverified stories. And IBC acknowledges there were serious instances of violence and intimidation. It condemns them and pledges accountability while rejecting claims of ballot stuffing and urging calm and trust in the official electoral process. And up to this point, I'm very sure you know what is happening. And as I've just started, it's very clear that we need one another. And we are a country made of very different tribes, and sometimes, not even sometimes, but every time we have to sit down and agree that we just have to be one tribe, a tribe that speaks one language, a tribe that has got the same different political ideologies, different and diverse opinions and ideas as far as politics is concerned. But what brings us together is the peace of this country. What brings us together is the unity that we need as a country. And now some of the implications that we need to see, or even that we need to harvest from the by-elections that just has ended today, as you're waiting for the tallying to end. And that's something that will be just updating you as far as it happens. And we shall be telling you the winners and the losers of this embattled fight, or even embattled race for the by-election. So we need to understand that we are all people, we are all of the same blood, and we are all from the same country, because I'm looking at the kind of attacks that happened. And the first attack happened or even took place whereby Kashago was attacked around Narok town. We also saw Mwengi Butuse was also attacked. We saw security data for Natembeya was also withdrawn. The same happened to Boni Alwale, and attacks are still taking place. And we also know that Natembeya has been arrested by plainclothes police officers, and his whereabouts are still unknown. And we're still looking out to see that this political bias, or even this kind of political oriented interest that maybe drive aid into this country, we need to look and stand into a position that we need to take this out and agree that we are one people, that political opinions, political directions and inclinations should not take us into death and should not take this country into economical death. We are together as a people, we are together as Kenyans, and by-elections should never make us, or even any kind of elections should never make us different, or even should never make us hate one another and maybe deteriorate the economic status of this country. That's a special report on 2025 by-elections with me, Jeffrey Kimaiyu Somba. Coming up shortly, a bulletin at 9 p.m. EBN TV Kenya or across, our SMS line being 23059. My name is JKS, taking you through our bulletin tonight, and in the sign language docket interpretation we have Irene Chebiwot, and this is how we're beginning the program tonight. And Homa Bay Town Member of Parliament Peter Kaluma has spoken out after being injured during chaotic scenes that erupted at Agorosare polling station amid the ongoing Gaspol by-elections. Kaluma says he was caught up in a confrontation that broke out earlier today, an incident that briefly disrupted voting activities and heightened tension in the area. Security officers were forced to intervene to restore calm, even as the IEBC continued to urge voters and political leaders to maintain peace and allow the electoral process to proceed without intimidation or violence.
Where I am the observer for the ODM candidate, and you can see I'm duly designated. We have been attacked by Rocco with a team of police. They have gone with the gun for my bodyguard, and you can see they have stolen me, and he's the one who was telling them to hit me when I'm with him. And I'm here to wait for our ODM candidate who is on the way to vote. That is what we are waiting for. He's arriving here in 5 minutes. This is not acceptable. I want to tell our people to stay, come out and vote. Don't worry about what is happening. Come out and vote. These people want to cause violence so that they scare people from voting, because they know we have won already. So come out and vote. You see, they have attacked me, but I'm still here. There is no issue. Come out and vote. As we encourage our people, please Don't react even if you are attacked. Just the way you have not reacted even under attack. Let us not react.
Some of them are accusing you of already. Is that the case?
But I've been with you here only. I'm an observer. Check me if I have even a coin. Those are the gimmicks they usually use to attack you. But this is an Aroko scheme, and let me tell him that the day is going to come. And the Tagari, they are bringing him as a full master. That is why we want to pay back in terms of peace. Don't fight back. If I wanted to fight them back, there would be death here. And that is what they want. They want to discourage people from coming to vote that there is fact. So there is no problem. They are very small people. We would have fought them back. Don't fight them because that is what they want. They don't want people to come to vote. So don't fight them. Yeah. By now, Aroko has lost, so he wants people to die. Let him not let.
The DAPK candidate in the Malava by-election, Seth Panyako, is now complaining that irregularities have disrupted the ongoing voting process. Panyako said that his team has raised concerns about what he calls acts of unfairness while calling out on the IBC and security agents to intervene and ensure a free and credible process. Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission continues to urge all candidates to allow the process to proceed as planned and to let voters exercise their rights peacefully.
Hata mabibi zetu wachukue, hata watoto wetu wachukue. My life is not important. Kenya's life. Wewe sikiza, maisha wa Kenya ni muhimu kuliko mimi. Maisha wa Kenya ni muhimu kuliko mimi. Wewe enda andika statement kwa kupigwa. Enda ulikuwa na kupigwa. Enda andika statement watu kusikwa. Mimi leo, wewe kesho. Mimi leo, wewe kesho.
I'm still moving on. The South Kilifi MP Ken Chonga had to exit the Kanangoni polling station located in the Magarini constituency after supporters allegedly aligned with the DCP confronted him over claims that he was attempting to bribe voters. Reports indicate that the count started when the ODM MP arrived at the station with his aides and began making calls to people who were not properly identified, raising suspicion among some of those present. Security officers intervened to restore calm and ensure that the voting process continued without disruption, reminding everyone that allegations of bribery are matters that should be investigated by the relevant authorities if evidence exists. Residents of Manyonje Butula in the Malava constituency have expressed their distress following the chaos that erupted during the ongoing by-election in the area. Speaking to journalists after the incident in which the vehicle of DAPK leader Eugene Wamalwa was set ablaze early today while he was heading to polling stations, locals described how thugs attacked the vehicle along with voters who were on their way to cast their ballots. The residents also condemned some political leaders for allegedly inciting and orchestrating the violence. Furthermore, they said the attackers were dressed in police uniforms, creating fear among voters. Residents have called on the government to ensure a strengthened security so that all citizens can vote safely without interference or bias toward any political side.
Na mambo yenye tumefanyia leo hata si hatujafurahia hata kidogo. Wenzetu tulikuwa natoka nyumbani kuja kupiga kura, tukidhani ni kura ya amani, kumbe ilikuwa kura ya vita. Tafadhali tunaomba serikali, kama serikali iko karibu, iangalie hii mambo kabisa. Hawa vijana wenye wanafaa bunduki, kuna wale hata wanakuja na mampinu, si hatuwajui. Mpaka mwenyewe kiongozi mwenyewe amefalia lakini tunamjua. Awachane na hii kura ni ya Malava. Hii kura yuko Mumias, akipenda tu. Hata rais penye yako akisikia, tafadhali awachane na hii kura. Rashid Echesa ndiye amekuwa na watu. Na sisi tulikuwa tunaenda kupiga kura. Si hatukuwa na mambo na vita, sisi tunapenda amani hata huku hivi.
Mimi majina ni Sylvester Majengo Mchiti. Nilikuwa natoka polling station kupiga kura. Nimeshapika. Kitoko nimeona msafara ya magari ambaye kidogo kuuliza hata na hii ni kani. Nikapata ni mheshimiwa Napina Bwera. Alikuja na magari mbili. Akiwa na ndani sasa mimi tu niliona mabunduki. Magari mingi sana. Magari more than 10. Na wamekuja na mampini na bunduki. Mipini, mabunduki. Sasa katika harakati na Eugene Wamalwa walikuwa wamesimama kwa barabara. Hao walisuka tu na kuanza kupiga watu nini, na mtu mmoja tulimspot. Huyo ni jamaa kutoka Mumias huko. Ndiye alikuwa na hiyo kuni yenye ilikuja na kufamia hii kari yenye naungua ni ya mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa. Wakapika marisasi juu nini, watu wenye walikuwa watoa. Sasa tumeokopa, si punduki tunaokopa.
Thank you for watching EBN. This is JKS Thursdays and this is EBN Prime Edition. And we're getting some of the provisional results from different tallying stations, and this is from Kilifi. We have already, the counting is already over for 6 tallying stations out of 194, and this interpressed into 3.09%. Moving on to Tana River, we've got 1 out of 37 translating into 2.70%. Moving on to Garissa, we have 0 out of 19 translating into 0%. We have Mandera, 0 out of 82 translating into 0%. Moving all the way to Embu, 0 out of 135 translating into 0%. Machakos the same, 0 out of 26 translating into the same 0%. Moving to Turkana, it's 6 out of 51 and translating into 11.76%. And Samburu, is 0 out of 16, still translating into 0%. Nandi the same, 0 out of 31, translating into 0%. Moving to Baringo, it's 31 out of 10, 36, translating into 2.99%. Narok, 0 out of 53, 0%. Kajiado, 5 out of 13, translating into 38.46%. Kakamega, 0 out of 224, 0%. Bugoma the same, 0 out of 38, translating into the same 0%. Siaya, 0 out of 117, translating the same into 0%. Then Oma Bay, 0 out of 143, 0%. Then lastly, here in Nairobi County, 7 out of 39, translating into 17.95%. These are just provincial results, and as they come in, we shall just be letting you know what we're bringing in for you as far as the results concerning the by-elections from different regions are concerned. And now moving on to a different story from Saboti MP is that the MP Caleb Amisi has called for the ongoing by-elections in 22 areas to be suspended and postponed to a later date. Speaking during a press briefing on Thursday, November 27, 2025, amid tensions at several polling stations, Amisi urged the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) to treat the matter as urgent and suspend the elections until peace is restored. And according to Amisi, this is the first time the country is witnessing violence across all polling areas. He also called on the Electoral Commission to take decisive action and prioritize the protection on citizens' lives by postponing the elections.
Take this matter with utmost urgency to prioritize the protection of human life, adherence to the law, preservation of public peace in all areas that are conducting election today by postponing the ongoing by-elections up to a time when peace prevails. It has never happened in the history of democratic Kenya that all electoral areas have experienced violence in one way or another. In Kasipul, you can see the member of parliament for Homa Bay Town has been seriously harmed. You've seen a member, one of the candidates in Malava, being arrested. How dare you arrest a candidate participating in an election? But the failure has been on police and the security apparatus. We must call it out, and we should not let the mistake of the police run to the IBC. IBC has no problem, has set up all the systems. IBC is not a policing institution. IBC has no weapons. It has no security apparatus to manage elections. Their process needs to be supported and guarded by security. They own the weapons of mass destruction. They own the capital that is fueling these goons. While it may seem comfortable and convenient for you, in the long run, it is destroying the social fabric of this nation. We have built nations. Nations have been built. Nations have been destroyed. We are just at the blink of destroying our nations by clapping, participating, and sponsoring violence.
And another story is concerning the by-elections. Chaos erupted at the Siakago Social Hall in North Mbeere early today after former Public Service Minister Justin Muturi clashed with Thuku Kiruga, an agent representing UDA candidate Leonard Wamudende. The dispute arose when Kiruga entered the hall wearing a yellow jacket, claiming it represented the UDA party. This sparked intense arguments over the dress code regulations for agents inside polling stations, which Kiruga described as contrary to the country's election laws.
the reason why you're not supposed to wear a public color is because you're not supposed to influence the
voters. That is voting.
You don't get out of here.
Yeah.
Mommy. You must get out of here. You must get out of here. You cannot come here wearing public color.
Excuse us, mheshimiwa.
You cannot wear public colors. Mtu anavaa chama. Mimi ndio chama ni wa DP. Huyu anakuja kama nani? Ama tumsaidie. Hata huku na sheria hii Kenya kuna sheria ni msimamo. Sheria ni msimamo ya kwenda nyumba na nyuma. Sheria ni msimamo ya kwenda mbele na nyuma. Sheria ni msimamo ya kwenda mbele na nyuma. Sheria ni msimamo inakata mbele na nyuma. Kuja.
Residents of Nanam Ward in West Turkana and Lakenzo in North Turkana participated in the voting exercise to elect a ward representative. The residents arrived early to fully take part in the exercise, while IBC officials in the area assured voters of free and transparent process. Police officers were also deployed to the area to ensure strengthened security, and the seat attracted 4 candidates representing UDA and Ford Kenya, each confident of winning the votes. The election comes following the passing of representatives from these areas.
Mimi ya kwamba nitakuwa mshindi kwa sababu na imani na watu wangu wananipenda kwa kazi ambayo nilifanya mbeleni, na wito wangu wapiga kura kwa amani bila shida yote. Watu wa Nanam ni watu wa amani kwa kawaida, unless mtu mwingine kutoka nje akuje alete furugu, lakini hawa wenyewe ni watu wa amani, na mimi najua kwamba nitakuwa mshindi. Kifika kitu kama saa 4 itajulikana mimi ni mshindi, kwa sababu ile kazi ambayo nimewafanyia watu wangu, hata wakati nilikuwa nimeangushwa, ilikuwa katika hali strategies ambayo mtu alikuwa ametumia kuleta watu kutoka nje. They made a decision for our people here, but at this time hakuna watu kutoka nje.
13 polling stations in this county assembly ward with 4,158 registered voters. So as I've said, I can confirm all the stations have opened, and we expect that the exercise will move and go on smoothly until the end of the day. We expect to close at 5. I can say there are no major challenges so far. The normal small hitches of fingerprints and only that. But all is well.
Namna ambavyo nimeona vile kura inaendelea kupigwa, kulingana na observation yangu, nimeona kwamba kuna mambo ambayo hayaendi vizuri, sababu kuna stations zingine ambaye hata watu wakivote bado watu wengine wako hapo, na sasa hiyo inachangia pale pakubwa. Inamaanisha pia security hawako kwa kazi yao.
The Narok Town by-election has continued in an orderly manner despite a low turnout of voters. Elderly residents and youth arrived at polling stations at St. Peter's Primary and Ngarimami Primary early in the day, though in small numbers, to participate in the by-election for Narok Town Ward. A total of 29,452 voters are registered, the same number as in the previous general election. And apart from isolated reports of disturbances and the office of DCP candidate Douglas Masikonde, last night the election is proceeded without major breaches of the law. IBC officials and political party agents are closely monitoring the process, while security officers remain on high alert. The seat was left vacant following the death of ODM's Lucas Ekudate 1 year ago after a brief illness. Abdullahi Mohamed Hussein, a resident of Narok Town, arrived early to cast his vote.
Mimi naitwa Abdullahi Mohamed Hussein. Mimi ni mkazi wa Narok. Nilikuja kama hapa saa 1 asubuhi. Na leo tumeamka asubuhi kuja kupiga kura katika St. Peter, na hali iko mzuri sana, tuko salama hapa, na sisi wote tumeamka kupiga kura kwa njia ya usalama, na tunarejea ifanyike vizuri.
Kupiga mimi kura, na mimi ninataka nihimize wananchi wenye bado hawajatoka kupiga kura watokee wapige kura, kwa sababu kuna amani na IBC tunaona wanafanya kazi mzuri. So mimi ninataka kuhimiza wakaaji wa Narok Town tukue na amani mpaka tumalize hii exercise.
Hatujaona shida yoyote. Tunahimiza wale watu wote wanashindana na Kanyinge tuhubiri amani. Hatutaki kuona furugu.
The by-election in Chwele 1 Kabuchai constituency has continued peacefully without any disturbances. Early in the morning, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, arrived at Namakele police station to cast his vote. Meanwhile, Ford Kenya cadet Vincent Maunda voted at Chwele SEK polling station, and Kabuchai MP Majimbo Kalasinga cast his vote at Sikusi Primary School. The independent candidate in the race, supported by Kalasinga, Eric Wekesa, voted at Buzakala Primary School but did not address the media. There were minor inconveniences when some voters were not recognized by the electronic kits via fingerprint verification. Officials assured that these issues would be resolved, allowing all eligible voters the opportunity to participate in this democratic exercise.
Warai wananchi wajitokeze kwa wingi, wapige kura, warudi nyumbani, wangojee matokeo, na vitengo vya usalama tunawasihi wahakikishe ya kwamba kila mahali, sio tu hapa Chwele Kabuchai, but Kenya mzima, kutoka Banisa, Baringo, Kasipul, Ugenya, Turkana, tuko na uko Kisii, uko Narok, kila mahali wahakikishe usalama uko wa kutosha ili wananchi waweze kupiga kura, kwa sababu hii ni kura ambayo ni kama general election, mini poll ya general election, kwa sababu iko across the country. Tunataka kuona kwamba IBC yenye tumeweka juzi inaajibika vilivyo kusaidia wananchi wapige kura kwa haki, kwa usalama, na warudi makwao wakingojea matokeo. A few hiccups being caused by the fingerprints not responding to the kits, but there's an alternative mechanism where there is a hitch with fingerprints. The presiding officer is obligated under the law to fill a form as long as the voter has an ID that is able to identify you. They fill a form to record that the KIMS kit did not capture the data of this particular voter, but is a legitimate registered voter with an ID and identifiable, so they must be assisted to vote. I'm told most of the cases are our elderly women. I believe because of hard labor on farms, they always erode the grooves of the fingerprints.
From by-elections and politics into health, and the Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has announced that the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with a pharmaceutical company, has reduced the price of breast cancer medication for women. The Ministry of Health explained that this is part of ongoing efforts to ensure all Kenyans have access to quality and affordable health care. Cancer, particularly breast cancer, has been a major health challenge for many Kenyans as treatment is often expensive, limiting access to necessary medication and care.
Ile ugonjwa ya saratani sana inasumbua wamama ni ile inaitwa breast cancer, saratani ya matiti. Mheshimiwa Rais, nataka nitangazie nchi, tumeingia mkataba na kampuni kubwa ya duniani inaitwa Roche, ambayo inatengeneza madawa ya saratani ya matiti o breast cancer. Na kila session hiyo dawa ilikuwa inauzwa 120,000 session moja, lakini kwa mazungumzo na MOU tumeingia na hiyo kampuni kama Wizara ya Afya nataka nitangaze ya kwamba leo katika nchi yetu hiyo dawa inauzwa 40,000 kutoka 1,120, na tunazungumza na zile pharmaceutical companies dunia mzima ili tufanye na tuboreshe na ikuwe sawa afya ya wananchi wa Kenya. The universal health coverage is premised on 4 principles. It must be accessible, it must be affordable, and it must have the element of equity. Wa Kenya. The universal health coverage is premised on 4 principles. It must be accessible, it must be affordable, and it must have...
And a bit of sports. More than 50 countries have confirmed their participation in this year's Tong Il Madu International Competition, which will be held at the Aga Khan Hall in Mombasa. Speaking to journalist Clarence Makio, President of Tong Ilimodo Federation in Kenya, said the competition will run from December 11th to December 23rd this year. Makio also commended the efforts of Sports Cabinet Secretary Salim Muvuria for intervening to ensure the federation was neither banned nor fined last year for failing to organize the event due to lack of funding. He further urged the Mombasa County government to support and sponsor the competition as the Kwale County government did a few weeks ago during the international cycling competition.
Mchezo kupitia uskani wake wa waziri wa michezo Mheshimiwa Salim Muvuria ambaye ameweza kututoa katika hali ngumu sana ya mchezo wetu, kwa vile mwaka jana tukuweza kufanya mashindano haya kamilifu na tulibidi kurejesha wageni wetu mwezi wa Agosti na vile vile Disemba. Aliweza kuingilia jambo hili, kuzungumza na watu wa Federation na kuhakikishia kwamba tutaandaa mashindano haya, na kama kweli ametupa fursa officially kuweza kuandaa mashindano haya, na pia kwa upande mwingine wizara ya michezo pia itaweza kufadhili sehemu fulani ya mashindano haya.
Kenya has continued to strengthen its cooperation with China in a spirit of partnership and shared development. The continued expansion of Chinese companies operating in Kenya demonstrates their confidence in the country's stability and their readiness to increase investment. The Chinese Exim Bank remains a key pillar of this cooperation, and we value its ongoing support for major infrastructure projects as well as the growth of our technical and vocational education programs. We were invited to host a delegation from the Chinese Exim Bank led by Chairman Chen Yuai, working in collaboration with China's ambassador to Kenya, Honorable Guo Hian, during our discussions, which focused on strengthening the foundations of our bilateral relations. We reviewed Kenya's new roadmap towards a fast-tier economy. Back to by-elections, a low number of voters were observed at various polling stations in Nyamira, Erekenyo and Nyasiongo wards in Nyamira County. Voting proceeded peacefully in many areas, although a single incident of unrest was reported in Nyamaya ward, where 2 candidates' vehicles were attacked and stormed by unidentified individuals.
Wapiga kura wamempigia kura atangazwe mshindi. Si tofauti na kando na matarajio ya wananchi wa Nyamaya, kwa sababu wananchi wa Nyamaya walikuwa wameshaamua na wameamua, so IBC itangaze kile kitu wananchi wa Nyamaya wamesema kwa sauti moja.
Nimefika around 8:15 and actually voting is going on well even though the turnout is low, but I hope by around noon the turnout will change to the better. The process is very okay. I have not noted any anomaly, and actually the public, the Arab people around have kept distance. They are away, so it's calm as you can see. No people who are hanging around here. Yeah, so the voting is fair and transparent.
Nimefurahia sana leo, nilikuwa nimeamka saa 10, by saa 11 nilikuwa kwa kituo, saa 12 venye wanafungua. I was the first person, I think mimi ndio nilikuwa mtu wa kwanza kupiga kura, mkijaribu kuangalia, na nimefurahia sana.
Sasa hapa bado tunapiga kula, tunapiga kwa njia ya taratibu. Wenye wako wanapanga watu vizuri, tunaendelea vizuri, tunaendelea njia ya taratibu, hata tutamaliza salama.
Vituo vingi nimepita, nimeona kwamba kuna watu wachache sana wamejitokeza kupiga kura. Getari tu ndio nimepata mlolongo ni mrefu kiasi, lakini vituo vingine watu hawajajitokeza vizuri. Na waomba tafadhali wajitokeze, wakuja kwa wingi, wakuja wapige kura, ni haki yao, ili wapate kumchagua kiongozi mzuri atakayewafanyia kazi.
Thank you for watching EBN Prime Edition, and as we keeping you updated on what's happening as far as the by-elections are concerned, it's a kind of information reaching us that Leonard Homavende from Barrow North is leading against Newton Kariuki, but this isn't the final. We're still waiting to inform you more of what the updates bring in as far as the by-elections are concerned. Now, we're through with the bulletin, but before we go, sometimes it's good to go to school, and most of the times it's also good to be in school. And when you're in school, you learn a lot of things, you learn different things. And I sat with someone and was asking where the first Kenyan came from. I also wondered where the first Kenyan came from. Now, in line with this, to their opinion, it is very clear that they know that the first time to have a person, or even to have life in this country, we had just one person, Eddie, who lived alone. And from there, the process of recreation took place. We added one to another, and we became many. Now, in a day like today, it paints a very great picture of what 2027 general elections brings into this country. We saw a lot of fraud bribing, we saw a lot of fraud intimidation, and we're looking at a very big level of violence that took place today. And a lot of bloodshed, a lot of attacks took place today because of just by-elections that are just taking place. And the tallying is taking place as we speak now. A lot of people are hit, and a lot of people are dead. A lot of cars are touched, maybe from the opposition's side of this country, who are involved in the by-elections. Now, what is the cost of shedding someone's blood? What is the cost of shedding your brother's blood? What is the cost of shedding your sister's blood? And what is the cost of shedding your neighbor's blood, your brother's blood? How does it pay you? And what is the cost of hurting your brother and your sister? If only they've got different and diverse political inclinations, if only your opinions don't argue, if only your opinions don't read from the same script, how does it help? How does it benefit a country if the country's people and political powers in state and in position attack the opposition? When you hear out your opinion as a political person, when you hear out your opinion as a voter, why should it amount to your death? Why should it amount to your attack? Remember, we are around 50 million Kenyans in population in this country. We should love one another. We should have unity. We should have mutual understanding. We should understand that we are differently made. We are differently made from different backgrounds, and we are growing together as a country. So as we vote another time, as we follow political leaders who campaign towards different seats, as we follow different aspirants, it's well to know that all that they give to us the first day and the time they are campaigning, it is a thing, it's a package that can never take you the rest of your life. It is only maybe 5,000 given for your vote, and that's done. Once they leave, once you give them the position, once you give them and raise them into power, that is the end of your relationship with them. So we have to think twice as a country. We have to know where we're heading. We have to know this is a country with diverse opinions. We have to know this is a country that should be under one umbrella of one tribe, a tribe that is described by love, a tribe that is described by sympathy, a tribe that is described by understanding one another, and a tribe that grows together with one passion, with one compassion, with one love, with one target of creating this country as one, as God Himself made it. This is JKS Thursdays, and this is EBN Prime Edition. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following our programs. And remember, you voting. We have only less than 2 hours to vote EBN TV as the best Christian TV of the year, and EBN's Radio Mshindi as the best radio station of the year. To do this, simply dial or even input the paybill number 4141-245 and TK457 for Radio Mshindi, the same paybill 4141-245, and the nominee or account number TK456 for EBN TV. Thank you for watching this program from JKS. I want to wish you a good night, and my sign language interpreter is Irene Shebitoy. Thank you.